في أكبر الكتب.
Alright. Mamaru, I got a stage! Alright. What was just said? She's wearing our school's uniform, but she really suits you. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. So, oh god, I have to figure out a proper voice for her that is not annoying, or grating, or irritating. Dot dot dot. You know, it's perfect, wonderful. No matter how many times I blink, a second eye doesn't suddenly grow on her face, and I finally realize what I'm seeing is reality. A one-eyed girl in tattered clothes and bandaged. Why is she all beaten up? What happened? Faced with this girl who looks like she belongs in a fairy tale, I begin to panic. Strangely, though, I am able to keep my fright from showing. I wouldn't. I'd be like, ugh, oh god, ugh, was with a one eye. This situation is so unreal. I guess my brain just refuses to fully acknowledge it. I heard crying and came to see what was going on. Are you alright? The longer the silence drags on, the harder it becomes to break it. I try to come up with something, anything, to say, to force myself out of this stupor, but my mind is completely blank. At this point, anything is better than silence. It seems her mind is just as blank as mine. I work my mouth soundlessly a few times before finally spewing out the first thing that comes to my mind. Do you need something to wipe your face? Her uniform is black, so I can't tell if it's wet from her crying into it. She doesn't have a handkerchief or anything, though. I produce my own handkerchief from my pocket and move to offer it to her. I approach the girl sitting at the top of the stairs to give her the handkerchief, and once again, she starts shivering in fear. Hey, yo, I ain't hurting. I'm helping. I swears. She's looking at me like I'm some kind of monster. Am I really that scary? Isn't she the monster here? Okay, hold on. Let's not go jumping, throwing out any names. I gotta sneeze. That's not coming. Dot 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 dot. Thank you. Now I hold the handkerchief out stiffly for several seconds, then cautiously, oh so cautiously, she takes the handkerchief and wipes her face. Those are the first words she's spoken so far, but her trembling voice is so quiet that I almost don't hear her. I only transferred to this school about 2 months ago. I don't think I've seen you around. I'm pretty sure I would remembered a one-eyed monster walking the school halls. This is definitely the first time we've met, of course. I'm sure that if I had seen her before, her face would have been burned into my mind. There's no way I could forget what I'm seeing. Dot dot dot. Should I ask her to give me my handkerchief back? It's obvious from the way she's looking at me that she's still confused and afraid. We're not going to get anywhere at this rate. We must be in different classes since I haven't seen you around before. What grade and class are you in? I'm in class 2-2. Class 1-2. She actually gave me a proper response this time. She really is a student here, I guess. Not a monster or something. Suddenly, it hits me that I've been sharing the same school, and hell, the same world, with this person all this time. Yeah, it kind of opens your eye. It's a joke, you know, lighten the mood, huh? Huh? No? Okay. No. 1 year lower, then. Yeah. The conversation grinds to a halt again. I can't think of anything else to say. Actually, that's not true. I have a mountain of things I want to ask her. What's with the one eye? What's with the bandages? What's with the tattered clothes? What's with the one eye? But all of it has to do with her appearance, and I'm hesitant to bring that up. Not me. Time passes as I hurriedly try to think of something to say to fill the silence. What can I say? My mind is totally blank. Every heartbeat seems louder than the last, and the panic I thought had subsided wells up inside my mind again. I don't think I can keep this up. Right, I have to... Wait, it's me. Sorry, my voice. Right, I have to get going. Ah. The girl looks like she wants to say more, but without another word. I turn and flee down the stairs. I'm fleeing. I head to the shoe rack, change my shoes, and start rushing home. Ah yes, I am very rushing. I walk on for a few more seconds after clearing the campus gates. Then I pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Jeez. It seems that girl didn't follow me or even call after me. Not like she could. She doesn't even know my name. I didn't introduce myself, nor did she. She's probably still sitting at the top of the steps in that desolate stairwell. A cool wind is blowing as I walk home, and I gradually regain my composure. My heart is still racing, though. I think I'm going to feel uneasy about what just happened for a long time. I was really surprised. Maybe I still don't fully understand what I saw. I'll have to think about it some more. You know, honestly, I'd probably be thinking to myself like, oh god, I've gone crazy. I just saw a one-eyed girl in school. I shouldn't tell anyone about this. They'll think I'm crazy. They'll throw me in the loony bin. Was it fear? Was I afraid of her? No, there's nothing scary about some girl. That's what you think. Even if she is. Honestly, I can't shake the thought that she might be some kind of monster. But she must be a human high school student, right? I was definitely scared out of my wits at first, but I think if she wanted to hurt me, she would have done it. In fact, she's beyond harmless. She's as timid as a mouse. But if that's the case, why do I still feel uneasy? Is my mind just unable to accept that she has only one eye? Probably. No, that's not it. Yeah, no, not that she has one eye, that she has one ginormous eye right in the center of her face. It's not like I was avoiding staring at her or anything. Actually, I don't think I could have looked away, even if I had wanted to. Whatever, it's not worth dwelling on. The fact that I'm not disgusted by her after all this means it was just pure surprise, right? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable conclusion. At any rate, I think it's safe to say anyone who saw her face wouldn't forget it anytime soon. As I'm thinking this over, I finally arrive at the familiar entryway to my house. I was so absorbed in my thoughts, I guess I was on autopilot all the way home. I'm home. Oh, Mom. Oh, welcome home. No, I can't do this. Oh, welcome home. You're a little late, aren't you? What were you doing? Akemi roped me into being her errand boy. She wanted me to deliver something for her. ... Ah. Later that night, I let out a deep sigh as I'm laying in my futon. unable to sleep. For some reason, I couldn't tell my mom about the one-eyed girl. You're right, we shouldn't. They'll throw us into crazy box. It wasn't like it was a traumatic event or anything, but I almost feel guilty. At any rate, I couldn't stop thinking about her face. I know that if I don't fall asleep soon, I'm going to have to rush to school tomorrow. I try to forget about everything that happened today, but I just can't keep my eyes closed. She looked like she wanted to say something back there, but I panicked and ran away. I kind of regret not staying now. I roll over in my futon several times, but eventually, I come to a decision. I'm going to try and find that girl again. I feel like I should at least learn her name. Okay, we have a goal. Oh, that was it. Oh. Hello. Oh, it moves. I shouldn't say it. She moves. Oh, Act 2. Have an eye for... Was there a name for Act 1? I don't remember. The next day, I try to clear my head as I'm walking to school, but I can't stop thinking about that girl. Should I leave class during the break to go look for her? It's going to be difficult to leave without a good excuse, though. I'm sure I have a good enough excuse. Excuse me, teacher, may I go? Why is that? I'm looking for the one-eyed girl in the first year. Of course, go ahead. Maybe when school's over, I'll go to where I met her yesterday and say I just happened by. But I thought she was at the top of the stairs to the school roof. And I thought that just going up there and being like, oh, how'd I get here, was going to be a stupid excuse. But there's no guarantee she's going to be in the same place today. Besides, I didn't exactly handle that situation gracefully, leaving her like I was trying to run away. Definitely not the best first impression to make. Now I'll try to think of some excuse for going. Why did I even go to investigate her crying in the first place? I'm not even sure I know myself. Definitely wasn't because of me. I was a clear supporter of not getting involved. That girl. I don't even know her name. What should I call her? Freak! No. No. Maybe? No. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Before I even think of what to call her, now I have to actually find her first. I'll ask her name, introduce myself, and then I'll probably be good enough. She'll probably think I'm some kind of freak, but I guess that's fine. Maybe if I just talk to her, it'll lighten some of the tension between us. Or it'll create even more because she's just so fearful of me. I look up to find I arrived at school. Looks like I was on autopilot again. I get inside to change my shoes and head up to the second floor where my classroom is. As I walk up the stairs, I see something strange moving out of the corner of my eye. ... question mark. Oh, it appears that she may be following me. Peeking around the corner of the hallway is a head of brown hair. It's the girl I've been seeing in my mind all morning. I seem to be the only one who notices her head popping around the corner. She must think that pose will keep her totally hidden, as if she's in a manga or something. But she really stands out, at least to me. She's moving her eye around frantically, but sure enough, she picks me out from within the sparse crowd. I'm so surprised to see her. All I can think is, why is a first-year student on the second floor before she hurries up to me? How fast? Here. She hands me a familiar handkerchief. That's right, I had totally forgotten that I lent it to her yesterday. I take the handkerchief, which she's folded neatly into a perfect square. I think she even washed it. Yes. Oh, yesterday. I mean, thank you. As soon as she says this in her tiny voice, she runs down the stairs and vanishes around the corner. Hold on, wait. I can't stop myself from calling out, but the morning bell rings, drowning out my voice for me. No, well, I head to my own classroom. I did complete my mission. I found her today. The lunch bell rings. I stash my book in my desk and bolt out of the classroom. I didn't even get to thank that girl for washing my handkerchief. I go to look for her, to say what I wanted to earlier. I have a good excuse to talk to her now. I can't let this chance slip away. I arrive at the end of the hallway, but instead of going down to the first year classrooms, I head up the stairs. I don't even know for sure, but I think there's a good chance she's going to be up there, up where I met her yesterday. Even if she's not, I can just look elsewhere. I get to the 3rd floor and keep going up, all the way to the stairs that lead to the roof. Hey. Oh, shock. Just like yesterday, she's sitting on the same step at the top of the stairs. I see her shoulders jolt when she hears my voice, and she looks up at me. Her mouth is opening and closing rapidly. She clearly wants to say something, but can't find the words. She's in the same position I was in yesterday, it seems. Thanks for washing my handkerchief. I didn't get a chance to say it earlier. Yeah. There's a lot of confusion in her voice. The fact that she's looking everywhere but at my face tells me she's not sure what to do. I'm obviously making her uncomfortable, but I'm not going to run away like I did yesterday. So this is where you eat your lunch, huh? Do you mind if I join you? Now I say this as gently as possible, as I notice the lunchbox she's got perched on her knees. That's a good place to put it, I guess. Yeah, if you're going somewhere during lunchtime, you're probably bringing your own lunch as well. While we're talking, I take out my own lunch. Wait, we are talking? She agreed? Or did I just sit down and go... Did I just go like, hey, can I sit here for lunch? And then just sat down without waiting for her answer. Uh-oh. Hey, okay. Now that I think about it, I don't know if she has any other friends to eat lunch with. Huh? Oh, no. No. Her answer comes too quickly, and I wonder if she really means it. Her eye starts darting wildly around the corridor in her effort to avoid making eye contact, and she begins to look even more nervous. Thanks, now I'll just sit down on these steps. She didn't tell me to go away, at least. I take a seat next to her and unpack my lunch. This seems to startle her, and she leans away from me, as if she's trying to escape. I sat next to her, but it's not like I'm that close to her. I'm a little offended. Do I smell? Come on, is there something wrong with me? Do you hate me this much? While I'm unpacking my lunch, I look her over as casually as I can manage, in a totally non-creepy way. Up until now, I was fixated on her eye, but the rest of her appearance is pretty striking as well. Her head is covered in bandages, her hair is messy and unkempt. Her uniform looks like it's been ripped apart and only partially stitched back together. I catch glimpses of her skin on her shoulders and stomach, and it looks far from normal. Yeah, like that. Like this whole bleeding thing right here? That doesn't look normal at all. I noticed that she has bruises, or maybe birthmarks. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's not a birthmark. All over her legs, her neck, and anywhere else I can see. The skin on her dainty limbs look white as a ghost's. She doesn't look healthy by any standard. Is that? Suddenly, our eyes meet. I guess I was staring too obviously. Shock! We quickly break eye contact, but she keeps shooting me sidelong glances, like she's worried I'll attack her or something. Now I'm clutching my chopsticks, but my lunch remains untouched. I should probably eat. Who knows when lunch is about to end? I mean, you remember yesterday? I barely got to eat my lunch. A long silence is getting uncomfortable. I try to strike up some conversation. Come to think of it, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Fukunaga Mamoru. What's your name? It's Usui Sachi? Usui Sachi. Sachi, huh? Nice to finally meet you. Nice to meet you. ... It looks like she's not too talkative, though I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I have to keep the conversation going somehow. Do you always eat lunch up here? Does anyone else ever come up with you or anything? Yes, I always eat lunch here. No one else comes with me. Maybe that was too forward, but the fact that no one else comes up with her isn't too surprising. She's probably always alone. She shifts her attention onto me, watching me cautiously. Is she that afraid of me touching her? I swear I have no diseases. I see. So what do you do during lunch break then? You can't possibly be eating lunch during lunch break. That'd be just crazy. Read, finish homework, a few other things. No, really? What kind of book are you reading? I haven't really read any novels lately. Sorry. Sachi cries out abruptly, her voice rising like she's about to lose her mind. My lunch, I mean, I'm done, so, excuse me. No sooner does she say this than she scoops up her almost untouched lunchbox and runs down the stairs. I can't really chase after her with my lunchbox sitting open on my legs, so she leaves me behind. Darn. I've just been run out on, and silence falls over the stairwell. I guess trying to force conversation like that backfired. So this is what it feels like, huh? This is what you felt like yesterday? When someone runs away, flees away. It's not a good feeling. Sachi only ever replied to my questions with a few words at a time, but she kept looking over at me with her worried eye. Did I really make her feel that uneasy? Probably. Have you seen the way she looks? Tattered clothes, bandaged face, bloody shoulder. She's probably been, bullied. Maybe. She expected the same from me. She probably fears people. Is it that hard for her to open up to me? This girl seems to lead a very troubled life, and I might not ever be able to get close to her. No. Just because I had one unsuccessful experiment doesn't mean I should give up. Nah, I probably would. Before, I thought that I'd be satisfied if I just spoke to her once, but now I have an overwhelming desire to get to know her. I have to become friends with her now, no matter what. I can't give up. I have to keep trying. Yeah, well, being enthusiastic about it is one thing, but there's nothing I can do right now. I might as well eat my food, god damn it. I apologize. These videos are gonna have a few cuts in them, mainly because with the season changing right now, I am now getting my allergies once again. My nose is just overflowing, and it is a horrible thing. I do not want any of you to seeing it. I will not subject you to the horrors that is allergy season. Where was I? While I think of a way to meet her again, I finish off what's left of my lunch. ... But it's so quiet here now. I thought that no matter where in the school you were during lunchtime, you would be able to hear students' lively voices, but they barely reach this lonely place. It's like I'm in another world. It's probably why she chose this place in the first place. Please. The voices of the students talking down below are so quiet that the sound of my chopsticks clicking against my lunchbox is like a hammer on stone. Even the sound of my shirt rustling as I move is like the howling of the wind in comparison. How can she eat like this every day? ... As I close my emptied lunchbox, I make up my mind. I absolutely have to become friends with her. Oh, back to class. Returning to my classroom, I catch Tomo and Akemi, just as they're finishing their lunches.
Hey, where'd you go? The two of us ate our lunches together all alone.
Come to think of it, I never said anything to them as I left. I'm probably a bad friend. No, my bad. I finished my lunch too. Where'd you run off to? Hey, have you guys seen a first-year girl with a really unusual appearance?
What do you mean by that?
A first-year girl? The one with the ocular issue? Yeah, that sounds like her.
What? What are you talking about? Something I don't know about?
No, this probably isn't something you'd want to hear. It's not really a happy story.
Wow, rude. You shouldn't keep things from your friends.
That's not what I meant, but... Anyway, why do you want to know about her? No reason. I just heard about her and got curious is all. Do you know her? Personally, no. I've seen her around, but I've never talked to her. As for what I've heard about her, I'm not sure if it's true or not. It might all just be baseless rumors. That's fine. Just tell me what you know. Tell me what you know! Are you sure you really want to know? Kinda. Yeah, pretty much, at this point. Tomo looks side to side like he makes sure no one else is listening, even though the three of us are alone in here. Just gotta make sure. Yeah? Alright. He promptly turns away from me and stares at the floor. He looks as though he's staring into another dimension. Fine, but take what I'm about to say with a grain of salt. A first-year student in Class 2, female, name Usui something. I only remember her family name, but she only has one eye.
Wait, one eye? You mean she lost the other one in the accident? You mean she lost one in an accident?
She didn't lose one. She only ever had one, right in the center of her face. One big eye.
What? You mean she was born that way?
I don't know the details, but it seems that she was. I only ever seen her from afar, but I really don't think that's an injury.
There's really a person like that There's really a person like that in one of the first-year classes? I've never seen her or even heard about her, not once. Yeah, you think it'd be bigger news, right? Guys, have you heard? There's a one-eyed girl in the first-year classes. Let's go check it out. One eye? You mean she lost one? No, man, she's got like one giant eye.
Well, we are in a different year from her.
Okay, I don't care if you're in a different year. I don't care if you're in a different school. If there's a one-eyed girl, and I mean just one singular eye, it be the talk of the damn town.
I don't think I fully read that.
Okay, yeah, I did not read that.
Well, we are in a different year from her, but regardless, I'd guess she's trying hard to stay hidden, both from the other students and from herself.
Move that away.
What do you mean? She's trying to stay hidden from herself. I told you it wasn't a happy story.
Tomo takes a quick glance at Akemi. He seems worried to have said so much about Sachi around her. Though it's not like I forced him to tell. I kinda did. Tell me what you know. Are you sure? Tell me.
Okay.
Yesterday, he avoided the subject of the school's celebrities. Was that because he didn't want to talk about Sachi?
That's all I've heard. But she does have a startling appearance. She's definitely not normal. Maybe she's creepy, maybe not. But you have to admit that at the very least, she's unusual.
Okay.
She's fascinating to some and scary to others. I'm sure there are plenty more who find her disturbing. ... From what I hear, she's always covered in wounds. It's hard to believe that they're accidental, considering how many she has.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Ooh, that's... Ooh. That's not good. So in that case, could they be from... someone beating her up?
If someone at her home is hurting her, I couldn't tell you. But there is a real possibility that she's being bullied at school.
Oh. Okay. So we are going down there. Okay. I thought it was something else. ... Could that be? I wasn't sure what caused all her injuries, but thinking back, what Tomo's saying makes sense. Doesn't anyone try to protect her?
I told you, all I know is rumors, not details. But there's another student who's also a little famous, and I think she's the one responsible for bullying the girl.
It's not Rui-chan, is it? This catches me off guard. Akemi, normally so loud, speaks in a hushed tone. No, I did not do that. Now that I think about it, she's been abnormally quiet the whole time. Tomo's been telling us about Sachi. Now I always figured Akemi would be the first to denounce bullying whenever she sees it, but... Do you know her?
I wouldn't say we know her per se. We just ran into her several times during middle school.
Doesn't that mean they know her? Akemi seems to be staring into space now, thinking. Is this one of those old friends who lost touch during summer vacation, and in high school they come back as a totally different person? Scenario?
Anyway, whether or not we know her doesn't really matter. But yes, the alleged assailant is this girl.
Oh, jeez.
Sadakawa Rui. I've heard that she's from a well-off household and was pampered growing up. As a result, she's very self-centered. That's the impression I got when I first met her. But there's probably more to it than that. She's really popular among other students as well. That also contributes to her behavior, or at least I'd think so.
I see. Thanks for telling me. Now I can find out the truth of this on my own later. But I think I'm starting to understand more of the situation now. So, what do you think of this one-eyed girl? As Tomo said, the fact is that Sachi is very unusual.
and I'm curious to know what he thinks about her. Depending on his response, I may have to change my plans. I just told you what I think, so tell me, what were you doing during lunch? Why are you so concerned about this? I didn't plan on hiding it, but I guess I couldn't have anyway. Tomo seems to understand what I was getting at. I can't fool you, Mr. Detective. You made it too obvious. As I said before, I only have trivial information. You shouldn't judge a book by her cover, so to speak. I haven't concerned myself with her until now, because I didn't have any reason to. That said, if you want to help her out, you've got my support. Well, it's nice to know that someone's got my back in this. Akemi, anything? Anything to say? I see. Well, thanks. I didn't think there'd be any problems, but still, I'm glad Tomo's so eager to help. I keep my face expressionless, but I breathe an internal sigh of relief.
Wait, did you actually meet this girl, Makun?
Akemi quickly returns to her previous loud demeanor. Yeah, I did. Twice, 3 times actually.
No fair! I want to make friends with this girl too, Makun. Introduce me!
Yep, Akemi's back to her old self. The way she was acting before was so unlike her. She seemed worried when Sadako and her bullying came up, but now it's like she wasn't even here for that part of the conversation. At least I don't have to worry about Akemi being nice to Sachi if they ever did meet. What? At least I don't have to worry about Akemi being nice to Sachi if they ever did meet. She's too damn friendly. What? Were you thinking like that like they weren't gonna be she wasn't gonna be nice? She wasn't gonna be friendly? Huh? You've known this girl for 2 months. I'm sure that's enough to realize whether or not she'd, especially with this kind of person, whether or not she'd be like, oh my god, hello, it's so nice to meet you, and oh god. I'm not sure how I would do that. I mean, I'm not even really friends with her.
Come on, what are you trying to say?
I mean, it's just, she's not used to talking with people, and I think talking to someone like you would be really overwhelming for her.
What's that supposed to mean? You don't want me to meet her? That's definitely not fair.
It's because your voice is It's because your voice is capable of leveling buildings.
Hey, come on. It's not like I'm going to be giving a speech to a huge audience. It's no exaggeration to say I'm a professional at having super relaxed conversations with guys, girls, kids, and even dogs and cats and lizards.
What? It's definitely an exaggeration. You are intimidating with that loud voice of yours, and that meeting is going to end with that girl running away in tears. Probably. That's right. Now I know these two are good people, and as much as I want to introduce them to Sachi, I don't think suddenly coming by with 2 more people is a good idea when she barely even knows me.
Boo! What about Tobo then?
I don't think that would work either. Don't you think she'd be just a little scared if 2 guys she doesn't really know just walked up to her and started talking to her? She pouts at Tomo. That's right. I don't exactly have the friendliest face. It's safest if you just meet with her on your own for a little while. It's true. He's really tall, and he always has somewhat of a strange look in his eyes. I probably scare her enough all on my own, but if I brought Tomo along, she'd probably scream and run away. Sorry, you two.
Fine, I get it. I'll give you a little while. But someday you have to introduce me.
Sure, I promise. Good luck. If you need help, just ask us. Thanks. If it comes to that, I'll gladly take your offer. Well, it's good to know that I have such supportive friends. Oh. That was it. That was the act. Interesting. Act 3. Have an eye for... Is that the same one? I don't remember if that was the same one.